It's June 4th, 2021. Um, I'm inside of the United States of America with an ONE, a Federal Reserve note, and an In God We Trust. On the 20, there's Jackson and the White House on the back of that. That's the flag that they fly. I'm just going to ground myself in whatever's going on out there with what they're putting up on. Um, they have a mention of both Trump and Biden. So I'm just going to reference Carl Higgbie Frontline from Newsmax piece, and then I'm going to go into my findings or my thought process from where I was working today um, with the UPC system. But I'll go into that in a minute. First, there's this.
Crooked Joe Biden is pretending to finally do something about the border. Many of the left are even pushing for illegal aliens to vote in our elections, which is what this is all about.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, look, that's a concern. I'm here in Northern Virginia and just saw, some reporting earlier today about how illegal aliens are voting in the District of Columbia because they have primaries going on. So this is real. This is not a conspiracy theory. I know the left likes to say this. This is actually happening in jurisdictions around this country, in Washington D.C., and places in Arizona, New York, and elsewhere. So this is a real concern that we need to wake up and understand what's going on here.
Yeah, Mark, Senator Kennedy weighed on this, and he is a national treasure. Roll this.
President Biden is in trouble politically. He's polling right up there with fungal infections. Part of the reason for that is that he gave in to the loon wing of his party, and he dissolved the southern border. Now, 5 months before an election, he has to appear to be willing to do something about it. It is insulting. It is cheap. It is contemptuous. The American people see that.
Yes, sir.
Look, Carl, I think he's right. That's why I say this isn't about addressing the crisis of the border. This is about addressing the crisis of the polls for Biden. And I do agree also that the American people are seeing this for what it is. 5 months out before the election, what he should have done is 5 months into his presidency, after he saw the disastrous results of the 94 executive orders, he should have taken that pen to reverse them 5 months in, not 3.5 years later. And I think it's going to reflect this November.
Yeah, I think you're right. Mark Morgan, Chad Wolf, appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
All right, big programming note for you. Donald Trump is going to join my man Greg Kelly. Reports tonight for his first Newsmax interview since being convicted in this New York sham paperwork trial. Former president will address the fallout from the verdict and looks ahead to the debate, which is going to be awesome later.
So I'm having health problems as far as my legs. I've gotten some of the mobility back, but I haven't recovered a lot where I should be for a 45-year-old. My mother got some health results today. So here I am working at the local supermarket, and it comes across the register, and of course I'm on CCTV. It's not like I can deny that this is happening. There's, just like with our flag, there's the standards. There's no flag that shall ever fly higher than our own. Like, there are like the internal ISOs, but I almost feel like it's, for my whole life, it's been the same with the UPC system. But now all of a sudden I'm at this register, and there's products, and I'm not going to name which products, but there are things in the supermarket that people are asking me to ring, and the standard size of the UPC is not being upheld in the local market. There's a couple of products I've seen that actually they redesigned, like the rectangle that we have with the zebra stripes and all the numbers. Now all of a sudden they've redesigned it, and it's in shapes and colors and all sorts of stuff. Um, and then some of the markings, I guess they couldn't fit it on the label, and they truncated and shrunk it really, really minuscule. And again, the register picks it up, but I mean, it's I thought that that's against the code. Again, I know the three letters that are on my terminal. When I'm there, I can see the software name. I can see on the Magellan scanning equipment what three whatevers or whatever on label. Um, but I'm just, and I don't know what the internal process is. I just don't. I don't know how one applies for, or how do you get assigned? Are you approved to get a UPC? Is like, I again, is that like like, if Voltron actually existed, like, just if I saw a thing for that yesterday, they put out there in the universe, where there's like the five different portions, and then it comes, I mean, I guess it's the original Transformer, but like whatever. Like, I don't know what level takes care of that. um but and then that's like an if and only if such a thing like exists in like a theory to like base a 40-year-old reality off of, um in a parable kind of conversation. um so I don't know how one makes application for a UPC. I don't know who it goes on file with. I guess at some point it's some part of the state. But how it enters our food system. And then I noticed also, like, there's some things that just arrive at the store. Like, it's happened more than once where something arrives at the store, and then a customer will grab it off the shelf, bring it to my register, but it's not entered into the software system yet. And then I have to remember to flag a manager in order to let them know, so this way they can enter it through some system, which I don't know. Um, Today I needed a manager for something. She's like, it's in the book. And I'm like, what book? Like, there was no training on a book. There's a book. But I know, even if I could find the book, I wouldn't know what to do with the book because I don't know what's in the book. But anyhow, um, so this deviation from standard UPC protocol or procedure is concerning to me. I don't know what it means, in actuality, but with the deteriorating health that I'm experiencing, and it's in like community reach, by bus and by foot from where I'm living, it is of concern to me without going into like ingredients and labels and whatever. It's just the standard markings have changed, and I don't know who's in charge of keeping on top of that, or like, I mean, who's our watchdog group? I don't know any of these answers, and I don't know where to go because I've it that process has been so absent in my entire life. So like, I don't know. I really, like, I have these questions, but like, I don't even know where to go for the answers. But anyway, so I guess, like, I mean, do you just bring it to the "In God We Trust"? I really, I don't know at this point. But that's where my day is at the moment, is just these disturbing, because like, I have cascading thoughts, which I'm not going to go into any great detail at the moment. Um, but just noticing these changes and not knowing what is involved in the process, or um if it, I mean, like, again, on Higgbie, he was talking about like, non-citizen voters having votes in things. Like, I don't is where I am, I mean, again, it's on security camera. It's not like it's any big secret about like what's coming through the store. and I just never know. I mean, funny accents, sometimes with IDs, and I'm just like, I mean, how do I protect myself and my kid and what's coming in and out? I it's of concern. I mean, like it's at tabletop, like kitchen table kind of concern. Um so that's where I'm at the moment. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.